Hi, I'm Jolandi from Goodnight. My journey with Goodnight started as a client myself, actually. I was 4 years not sleeping with my firstborn Oscar, and then when Emmy, the second one, came, that journey continued. I was getting up every hour, and this, made me mentally insane, to put it lightly. I got Goodnight to come and help me, and it was life-changing for me. And when they asked me to become a consultant, I didn't even hesitate. 5 years later, I have helped 675 clients myself. As a company, we have helped over 5,000 families to get to sleep. So we have a good track record, and we love it. And it really is, to this day, even 675 clients later, still one of my passions, and I love it when a family tells me that they have slept through the night. Because it changes lives in a positive way, saves marriages, and brings the bond back. Moms are not continuously waking up in the night to feed their children or their babies. They are actually loving the breastfeeding journey or the feeding journey with their little ones, having quality bonding time in a sane manner. So, as Goodnight, how we assist clients is really in a responsible manner. We do not have a one-size-fits-all approach, and we follow what we call a holistic approach. It sounds really fancy because it is. Like I said, in a responsible manner, we follow this process. Because we look at everything that can influence sleep, we start off the process with a 10-page questionnaire, which includes everything to prepare us to custom make a plan for your family. These questions include questions from nutrition, environment, sleep associations, routine and schedule, and from that information we then custom make a plan for your family. And then the best part of it, we come and help you to implement it. We have consultants all over the country, in fact all over the world, because we now have consultants in Namibia, Zimbabwe, including Australia as well. So we can help you wherever you are, because we can also do this over Skype. So we then have a consultation with our clients, which is about 1.5 hours to 2 hours, where we go through the plan with them, making sure they know why they need to make changes, how they need to make changes, and the most important part, how they're going to implement these changes. We then, throughout the 2 to 3 weeks after this consultation, we help them to implement these plans. This follow-up happens either over the phone or over WhatsApp, where we literally support you throughout the process to help you to implement it. Because you don't know how your little one's going to react. You don't know how you're going to react. So it is important to know that you're on track, and just to know that there is someone to listen and change the plan if need be. But today I am here to help you to set these building blocks of sleep. So I'm going to give you some tips just to help you know what are the basics, what is normal with regards to sleep, so that you can help your little one as well on the sleeping journey. So what are these secret building blocks? It's not a secret at all. I'm going to be sharing them with you. So the building blocks that we look at is, first of all, sleep and sleep association. Creating positive sleep associations for your child are those things that don't require your intervention. This is a little bit sneaky because at the newborn phase, it is actually important that you use these sleep associations to get your child to sleep. Things like rocking them to sleep, feeding them to sleep is very important. But at that sneaky 4-month regression, that's when these sleep associations become a little bit of a problem. Because then, unfortunately, your child will require these things and it will have a negative impact on their sleep. So setting the stage and finding the opportunities for your child to sleep or fall asleep on their own is the key to creating positive sleep associations. Things like implementing a lovey, that's like a taglet, or spookdoek. Those are the positive sleep association, because these are things that your baby can use independently to fall asleep on their own. The second building block is a very easy things, and it's sometimes very daunting for parents because they just hear structure and routine is important for my child, and they forget that you don't have to be that rigid. You're working here with a baby, not with a robot, so you do need a little bit of flexibility. But to create a routine and schedule, there's 3 things during the day to keep in mind. The first thing is, look at your day as a 12-hour day and a 12-hour night. So start off by choosing your poison. Start your day between 6 and 7. Generally in South Africa, this is a good time because 6 is already pushing it, because the sun comes up at 5 and that's when babies wake up. So 6 is already pushing it. So morning between 6 and 7. And then your day also ends between 6 and 7, or the night starts. So your bedtime routine needs to hover between this time. So 12-hour day, 12-hour night with a little bit of flexibility. The second thing to keep in mind during the day is to keep an eye on your child's awake time. So this varies from about an hour and a half when they're 3 months old to 3.5 hours when they're 12 months old. Each month your awake time will adjust by about 15 minutes. And this means that your child can stay awake a little bit longer because they can take a little bit more stimulation. So this also means to not overstimulate your little baby who can only stay awake for an hour and a half. Newborns can literally stay awake for about 45 minutes. The next thing to help to get your day in a little bit of a flow is to follow what we call a sleep, feed, play schedule. Keeping in mind this is only applicable for babies under 12 months. What it entails is that you actually feed your child when they wake up and not before they go to sleep. From a sleep perspective, this creates positive sleep associations, because this is one of the biggest problems that we struggle with, is moms feeding their children to sleep. It's a negative sleep association because you're going to be required to do it throughout the night. So from that part, the sleep feed play can help a lot. The sleep feed play can also help a lot with reflux, because now your baby has a feed when they wake up and they actually have the opportunity to process and digest the feed, and then they need to lie down. So it's also very helpful for cramps and all those type of things, to poop, fart, and all those things that babies love to do. So it's very important to help that sleep feed play schedule. It also gives you the opportunity to feed your baby milk before you give solids, because milk is the most important source of nutrients before they're 12 months. Then this will mean that during your day you will have, let's say for an 8-month-old, you're going to have four milk feeds during the day with 3 solid meals in between. Your day is going to start at 6 o'clock, and then you're going to have a milk feed when they wake up, and then about an hour, hour and a half later, they're going to have solids, and then they're going to have their first nap, which is about 3 hours after they've woken up. Again, when they wake up, you're going to have a milk feed, and then about an hour later, you're going to have your solid meals, and again, they need to sleep. During this last awake time is when they're going to have a bit of a cluster feed as well, because they're going to have a milk feed when they wake up, they're going to have dinner, and then another milk feed before the bedtime routine, making them nice and full to get them ready for the night. 4 milk feeds, 1 when they wake up, 1 after every nap, and 1 before the bedtime routine with the solids in between. Good routine during the day.